Back in this thing, man. Four Horsemen back in the building. What's up, fellas? It's time for another one, man. We out here. We one horseman short. He had to stop on his Oregon Trail. His y'all remember Oregon Trail? Stop acting like y'all don't remember that.
Oh yeah, I love it.
He had to stop doing his Oregon Trail thing, but he'll be joining us shortly, man. I'm your host, Ricky Fontaine from the Memphis 10. Y'all know I'm on one yet again. And got my boys with me. Got OG Sig in the building, who is still on mute, but he's not saying F you to us anymore. He's back to the OG now.
Parts unknown, baby. Parts unknown.
The OG from the Parts Unknown. I'm in the building. Got my boy Q. What up, Q?
What up?
All right, so look, don't forget to, you know how we do it, man. Look, don't forget to follow us on. You see it down there at the ticker below. We're gonna let that ride out. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and also on YouTube. Go ahead and comment, subscribe. Let us know what you guys want to see. Let us know some things that we're missing and some things that you want us to look into. You know what I'm saying? In the future podcasts and programs that we're going to bring to you guys. So without further ado, gentlemen, let's go ahead and get started with SmackDown. I thought that they would probably I was hoping that they would tape SmackDown somewhere else to do it or whatever, but it was just back-to-back nights. Over in, where were they in Jeddah, in Saudi Arabia?
Saudi Arabia. There's in Jeddah. I learned this too. Rhea, what do we call it? The other one is Crown Jewel.
Yeah, there we go.
So it's two spots in Saudi Arabia, Jeddah and Riyadh. And Riyadh is going to be Crown Jewel later this year.
All right. So they ended up taping it the night and showing it to us later on that evening, but it was taped earlier, obviously, because of the time difference and stuff like that. So there were some spoilers out there. Then even in our wrestling group, that came and told us one of the finishes. I mean, it really wasn't a spoiler because we all called it. Right. I guess we can go ahead and start off with Randy Orton winning versus Chimichanga. I'm just playing. Tama Tonga. Which was
speaking of Tonga, his entrance music and the way it comes is kind of growing on me. At first, I thought it was just very generic entrance, but the way they shoot it at the angle with the fire shooting up and then the music playing, I actually like that, man.
Did anybody see the post that somebody put out that his entrance is better than Solo's?
Yeah.
Dang.
So I already throwing shade already. So
already, poor Solo.
His music not hitting like Solo though. Solo music hitting, busting.
Yeah. I mean, that's tit for tat. I get it. The music, I'll kind of put him in the same category, but
man, when that joint say womp, 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 man, come on, man.
Yeah. I give it. I mean, it's. Damn, bro, is that a whole what we drinking over there, OG?
Hey man, let me tell you something. So I always have to experiment every week when we had these. So every week I'm gonna do something different. So this one is a Memphis ale from Grindhouse called Cream Ale. Try it.
Okay. Look, hold that back up.
I bring the can over when I get my refill, but this is just my little mug, that I have.
Bro, when nothing little about that. That was on my bucket.
It's just my mug that I have, just to make sure I don't have to keep getting up for refills. I just fill it up, Yeah. And one day we'll have a brought to you by, and then I can hold it up. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But until then, I just, I do my shameless plug.
Hey, speaking into existence, man. I hear you now.
We will like get that sponsor. So, yeah, man, that's brought to you by that big ass my bucket of beer that OG is drinking. So yeah, so Randy Orton won, which was no surprise to us. Let's see. At the end of that match, KO is back.
And maybe I missed it. I understand he was injured a little bit, but how long was KO gone though? Like was he gone for like months or something? Because they showed reacted like, oh my god, KO is back.
He might have been gone for about 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah, I would say about 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay.
But everybody kind of cheers. Well,
yeah, those returns.
I mean, those returning, but and then with him being there, and with the rivalry that's growing between Randy Orton and and KO and the Bloodline and stuff like that, he was going to get a pop. Everybody seems to love KO anyway, so KO's back. We're going to see how this is going to continue to go with this feud with the Bloodline. With those, for any takes or anything you guys want to talk about dealing with this particular one?
No, I think this particular match, I think they're just trying to put Tonga on a bigger stage and kind of see where he is. I'm curious to see when or if his brother, Tongaloa, will ever be in the ring, because we've seen him for 3-4 weeks now. He's always been in the suit, hadn't really talked. So I'm curious to see him in the ring at some point. This whole Bloodline thing is kind of up in the air because we don't know when Roman is coming back. So unless they plan on throwing some things where Jimmy comes back and maybe they start a feud with Jimmy and Jimmy bring in somebody to help him, and then eventually we'll get to Roman. I don't know what the plan is, but they're kind of in cruise control right now when it comes to the Bloodline, I think.
But I heard Roman is supposed to be finishing filming this week, so he possibly could be back soon, which will be very interesting to see. Because I'm still confused and perplexed on who is actually pulling the trigger on all of these orders, or if it's just solo on his own. But that doggone Paul Heyman, man, is for real. Give it to him.
Oh yeah, Paul Heyman deserves an Emmy for his acting.
He in the background, just looking, and like he just scared. Like he is doing a great job selling this. Like they're more dangerous than the tribal chief has ever had bloodline before and stuff like that. Which is
savages.
Yeah, they're savages. But like he said, that was broken to me by my son. He came to me and told me, it was like, Dad, I heard Roman was done filming, and he may come back like 2 to 3 weeks before SummerSlam. So we're looking at July. Before we possibly get a tribal chief sighting, maybe. So we're gonna see.
And going back to Tonga, he actually spoke, I think, for the first time, or maybe second time when he mentioned by orders of the tribal chief. So again, who's the tribal chief that he's referring to? So we'll see.
What was the first time?
Did y'all see that fool walk down in the ring? Yeah. He comes slide like he Caesar from
Planet Apes.
Like he Caesar.
No, I didn't see it, but he's supposed to be like, I seen him in the back. I look like, bro, what?
As far as the intro, see, that's another thing too. So people on the internet were clowning him about that too. I think that's why he spoke. He did speak. Remember either the first night or second night, they did something, and he mentioned to Paul Heyman about orders of the tribal chief, like right outside of their locker room, whatever. So that was the first time
he did. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, I think the internet did catch that, and he became a meme with all that grunt he was doing. So I think they wanted him to speak the next week because they didn't want him to think that they were just playing him as some kind of savage that don't know English or something.
Hey, those be the best ones. If you're not good on the mic, don't speak.
Yeah,
just be the savage you are, and don't speak.
That's probably why we didn't hear from the brother Tongaloa, because we'll see what he sounds like on the mic.
And is he locked up, or he on probation or something? The reason why he couldn't fly over?
I don't know. That's another thing too. Yeah, he did not show up. The rest of the bloodline was there, but he was not. So I don't know. Both of them are coming off of their New Japan run, him and Tonga. So maybe there was some issues with his passport or something before he left for Japan, and now he can't go back out of the country until he resolves it. Not sure.
And speaking of bloodline, you know, and this is gonna segue into our next point. I'm waiting to see my girl take her rightful place where she's supposed to be, and as she won her finals match, which was, you know, the girl just keeps getting better and better. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I can't wait till Friday because I want to see Nia's. But we're gonna get there because I want to see how they're going to run with this Nia Jax Queen, which I did predict. Back, you can go back and find it on episode 2 of the podcast.
I mean, they'll take
Who didn't? Everybody predicted that was Joe.
No. I'm talking about as soon as they announced the tournament, I said Nia Jax is winning. So a lot of people kind of got on board after the first couple of matches and saw how the tournament was going through. But it was something that happened. Maybe it was the Battle Royal because I wanted her to win. When Rhea got hurt, they had the Battle Royal for the championship. I wanted Nia to win it then. When she didn't win it that next night, I said the next goal of you, if you're not champion, next goal is Queen of the Ring. So that's when I called it. And but you know, everybody, once it got down to kind of the final 4 or whatever, everybody kind of knew Nia was gonna win.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I got distracted. Somebody just put a clip of Sexy Red getting in the ring. Getting in the ring, and
I told you it happened live, so we just missed it. So
Joe, where are you? Fix your horse. Come on, brother. Come on.
I gotta go back and watch it. I gotta go watch it. I was catching up on Raw, so I'm ready though for Raw, but I gotta watch Sexy. What's her name? Sexy who?
Sexy Red.
Sexy Red. Is she a red bone?
No.
Hell no.
That's the problem. So and that's funny. One of the other podcasts I listened to, Black Wrestling, they mentioned almost very similar to what we said when one of the guys confused Sexy Red with Glorilla, because you would think being a red bone, Glorilla's kind of red, but no, he was confusing the two.
We're not gonna give her a number. Yes, we are. We'll give us a number.
Well, I can't say
throwing lobs at this point.
I know the name, but I can't say that I really paid attention to like her face and what she looks like. But so I don't know if this is new, but she got an ice cream cone tattoo on her face, and that's the first thing you see when she comes out.
She look at them tattoos on her face and stuff. That she just a hort man.
Hold up, so she got tattoos and
yeah, all on her face and all on her arm and neck and stuff. Yeah, see.
Bro, don't let me bring this stuff back up again.
Let me see her, Ricky.
All right, we'll get to that in a minute.
I have a question. I heard Bianca might be having some issues, or she may be pregnant or something. Are you thinking that's the reason?
Here's something. People need to be caring about this stuff. I think what it is people are finally watching their show Love and WWE on Hulu, and the fact they were trying to get pregnant and confusing last year's SummerSlam to this year's SummerSlam. I said no, that she is not pregnant. She was not pregnant in the episode. Spoiler alert. And no, that's why everybody was like, she sure had that baby quick because she just came out and wrestled and won tag team titles. No, she was never pregnant. Now, this whole knee thing, I don't know if that's a work or if she was just doing that for the tournament. Give as we go into the next segment, give Nia Jax a win over her when that knee buckled. But
I think that was a work or whatever with this whole knee thing to get that going. But anyway, Nia ended up beating Bianca. She ended up beating her. Beat her clean.
I was surprised that Jade was not involved in that match.
I didn't think that was
keeping. Well, I thought again, if let's say,
I get it.
If Bianca didn't have the injury, you can say Jade may have distracted her, not purposely, but distracted her for Nia to get the win. But I actually like it better this way. Keep them away from each other.
Is babyface Jade kind of corny to y'all?
It's not corny. It's because again, I follow them on Instagram too. They have legitimately became friends. I mean, they taken married trips together, like Jade and her husband, Bianca and her husband, the trips. They was in Mexico somewhere, and then of course when they was in Saudi Arabia, they was on the beach or whatever together. So I actually like that they're actually friendly with each other, and you can see that. So I do kind of feel like they're really becoming friends in real life. Because from what I heard, they did not know each other. They knew of each other, but they didn't have any personal relationship with each other before coming before Jade came to WWE. But which just makes the breakup even better because now you really, became friends with this person and they stab you in the back. That's what's gonna happen. So then we'll see because we only know the heel version of Jade from AEW. So we need to just see what she's like as a babyface.
What we're not gonna do, and this is what'll continue to happen with our beautiful black women in wrestling, is to make them heel all the time because they have an attitude that's gonna be a whole mess.
Right, you're right.
If you play the role, you play the role. Like heel Jade was good. You know what I'm saying? Like she was pretty good. I like heel Bianca.
Oh yeah, and see, I wouldn't do it with Jade, but I'm waiting at some point for the Bianca to become a heel. That NXT version of Bianca was a heel. I love that. She would twirl the braids, she would pop her bubble gum in people's faces, you know that. So
yeah, that was dope. So some people can get jiggy with that or whatever. But anyway, Piper Niven, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and push her. I think that's going to probably start that program with them with her. She, Bailey ended up getting the win over Chelsea Green, but Piper jumped in and was like, "Look, this is what's up." So I'm liking that they're going to probably go ahead and let the both of them. Chelsea, I think Chelsea did pretty decent for herself on SmackDown in that match. But then Piper coming in and doing the attack afterwards and stuff. I was awful.
Loved every minute of it. Loved it. There was some old school beat down, tear your face off. Loved every minute of it. And that chick right there, man, she can be good if they give her an opportunity. Because I would love to see her and Nia.
But even with this one, it gives Bailey a legitimate opponent, a bigger opponent that you can book Piper as like this monster heel that Bailey has to overcome. So, and
yeah, that's gonna be two things. One, do y'all think if they ever happen, Nia versus Piper, that they're gonna be yelling meat to crowd?
Meat to meat. Because you know what, they always talk about the big meaty men slapping meat.
Big Mac versus the Baconator.
I don't know if they will allow us to call the women.
Yeah, that's mean. That'd be mean to say. And another thing though, that's gonna I guess that's going to prep her. That thing with Piper, because Nia's coming after her. Nia's waiting right. Yeah. Nia's in the wings.
And that's the thing. Now here's the thing, because Bailey is in a very similar situation that Becky is. And we'll get to that at the end of the show. We talk about what happened on Raw last night. Becky doesn't need the belt. It was cool for Bailey to win it again, but I would not be mad at a short title reign for Bailey. So you build up Nia between now and SummerSlam. Let Bailey have a couple of title defenses to kind of make her reign look a little better, and Nia needs to beat her and become champion.
That's what's going to probably end up happening and stuff like this. So go Piper. Hey, I'm all for it. I want them to see. I want people to see her for who she really is in the States, because overseas, she was hot as fire over there. But now, that started with the whole dewdrop bull crap. You know what I mean?
When she was Piper Niven over in NXT, yeah, she was as Sheamus said, she was having bangers
after bangers.
Burgers. She probably having that too.
That was funny, Drew McIntyre. Shout out to Drew McIntyre.
Shout out to Drew.
Then the last thing I want to talk about with SmackDown, unless there was anything else, was the tag champions got pinned, and that's what lets me know, like, okay, R-Truth, the Awesome Truth, they haven't took a pin yet, that I remember. If I'm wrong, say I'm wrong, but this is why I just don't think they take A-Town down under serious. I mean, somebody had to take a pin in it, because Mello is going to stay a little bit stronger to me. But for them to take a pin, let me know. I'm like, are they going to let Street Profits do it? Like, they going to let them get
they say, and that's one thing about it. They can take a pin in a triple, a six-man match like that. If they took a pin in a non-title tag match, then we got some problems. So I think they can keep they kept them safe in this 6-man and didn't ruin kind of the title reign. But it just like anything, if you look at champions over the years, a lot of times the challenger, they make him, okay, well, if you beat me, you'll get a title shot. Like this match is non-title, but if you beat me, you'll get a title shot. So that's kind of how you look at it. So they did get pinned, so they could give the Street Profits a legitimate case that, hey, we pinned the champions, we need a shot. So,
yeah, that's what I think. I think they already are number one contenders. I think they are already, because they won they won some kind of tag team turmoil thing or whatever.
Yeah, you're right.
But I thought, but this is what's not adding up. I thought DIY won one. Did they not? No. Or was that was Street Profits that was in the match with them?
Yeah, I think the Street Profits are the next challengers. Okay. Yeah. Now they did have a run in with DIY like backstage or whatever. Yeah. So they could be
Okay. Yeah, that was pretty much just to kind of get a quick setup into what happens with the King and Queen of the Ring. But before we get into that, every week I want to give a shout out to my boy Aaron over at Creative Graphics. I forgot to send Joe the link for his, because he seemed to have can kind of dig the sacrifice shirt here and stuff like that and all of that stuff. So I'm gonna make sure that Joe gets his gear, and even if anybody else on here wants to support young gentleman out here with me in Arizona, putting together some inspirational things when it comes to the gear and stuff that he's trying to put out, stuff positive. I can guarantee you there's no sexy red t-shirts on this site. So we're glad for that. So I make sure I put that link in there for you guys to go and check out Creative Graphics and get you some gear. Support the Black community. All right. So that's going to lead us into our next thing, which is the King and Queen of the Ring that happened the following night over in Saudi Arabia. And I want to start it off with, hey, new champ, Liv Morgan, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, it was. Now I've seen.
I like how they did it too, though. I wasn't expecting that angle, but when he came out, I told my son, I was like, "Yep, it's happening. It's happening."
Yeah. But yeah, what we come up with
sliding the chair.
Oh,
that was Raw. I'm talking about this is the King and the Queen.
Sliding the chair. Well, I said in the group chat before, I said Dom is going to get involved because they had an interaction in the kickoff show where Dom saw Liv was like, I want to make sure that you don't take mommy's title. And I said, when I heard that, I was okay, he's going to get involved with trying to help Becky, but going to end up screwing it up and get and Liv is going to get it. So congratulations, Liv. What I was about to say, and I'll let y'all repeat this. I've seen a lot of the Liv love on social media. Liv Morgan's okay, but I don't see it. That's just me. But I get it that she's been there and she's put her time in, but I don't see her as like championship material.
No, I mean, you gotta let people do their thing. I'm here for it. You gotta let people hold the chip to see what they can do. Does Liv need a little bit more work? Yeah, and stuff like that. But I'm digging her gimmick. I'm digging the revenge tour thing right now. It's a breath of fresh air. Go ahead, Steve.
And who else can really hold that at this moment? The story that they can tell and build from Liv will evolve into something totally, it'll evolve into something else. I think they did an outstanding job with Liv and telling this story. The only issue I had is, if you supposed to be a heel, why are you crying every time you win? I don't get that. So, but anyway, but yeah, I loved it. I love it. Go Live.
I mean, people are, she still come down and I think she still kind of high five a few people, so I don't know what they do with her sometime with this thing, but I'm liking it because this is telling the story that we all like in wrestling, is the build up to when mommy returns. And when mommy's return, is this going to be a brand new Judgment Day? You know what I'm saying? Like, are we coming back with, let me see, I don't want to jump in front of myself. No. All right, anyway, we'll talk about that later. But are we coming back with a brand new Judgment Day? What is it going to look like when Rhea comes back? And again, maybe she doesn't win the title right off the bat. You know what I'm saying? She could do a program with, you forgot, Lyra Valkyria. She's hot right now. They had some interaction with each other, with the fact that she wasn't there to help Becky when she got jumped by Damage Control. So, maybe that's going to be a program in between time until mommy gets back. And so I'm here for it. I like it. The first time when Liv won, when she cashed in the thing, I was like, okay. But this time she looks different, and she looks packaged different than it was then. Pause. So it's, she's good with it. She got the sex appeal. She can actually do pretty good where she ain't botching a whole lot of stuff in the ring. Let it build, man. Let it build.
This is what I think is going to happen, and everybody's kind of speculated this. So Liv claiming that she's going to take everything from mommy. You can see how it's kind of, the Judgment Day is going to eventually split up, and I think what looks like it's going to happen is I can see Dom, Fan, and JD going with Liv. When Rhea comes back, Damon is the only one that's kind of still that has Liv's back, because they are real like homies in real life. Like they grew up wrestling the indies together and stuff like that. So I can see him kind of still sticking up with her. And again, where they go with it, I don't know. But what I want to see is, and see, people have talked about this online, a Dom Mysterio on a pole match. So basically, you lock Dom up in pause. You lock Dom up in a like a shark cage or something, hang him above the ring. And here's the thing, I can see what I would play at if this was to happen. What I would do is, you still have the match. You would have Rhea win. It ain't gotta be a title match. It can just be custody of Dom. You can have Rhea win, and then right when Dom goes in for the hug, Rhea kick him in the balls and like, look, even though I won the match, I don't want you. And it kind of, I think that'd be hilarious if that happened that way. So
that can actually, I'm gonna go one level different than you. I'm gonna say she does win, and when he gets down, he pushes her away. He shuns her off and goes with Liv anyway.
Yeah. Well, either way, Dom is still gonna be the heel. I think this is definitely a Rhea babyface run. This is what it's going to be. So, we'll talk about that new, because I have my thoughts about the new Judgment Day and stuff as well. We'll talk about that when we get to Monday Night Raw. All hail Queen Nia. Oh, it's time. I envision, again, this is wishful thinking, but I envision a King Booker type run with her as the queen, and she's trying to, create terror with her kingdom and everybody bowing to her. I want her to come down in the ring with it. When they carried the person, you got about 4 dudes, some NXT talents that ain't been on TV yet, and had them bring her down to the ring while she's sitting in the chair.
I think Joe available. I think he can go down. He can carry her too.
Oh yeah. Joe would love that.
Yeah, he would love every minute of that, actually.
So I know I'm jumping the gun, but I know this next, and I just wait.
No, you can came off.
All right, I came off now. So, the king of the ring, my main man, Gunther. Now, What a freaking match. When I tell you, when them cats put it all out there, they put it out there. Is Orton really hurt legitimately? I don't know. He might have got a little banged up, a little tweaked or something, you know what I mean? But that was an amazing match. But I had one question, and it carried over to Raw. Can y'all answer it for me? Why, if this man is the king, he did not put that crown on his head?
Well, first of all, I don't think the crown fit, and I think they tried it on before the match and realized it won't fit his head. That's why he didn't put it on. But I can see almost very the total opposite of where I see Nia would literally have the crown, the cape, the scepter, everything. I don't think Gunther would have anything. Gunther would have a suit on like he always been doing, and still would call himself king.
He would just carry it just like Lawler would, just carry the crown,
carry like that, or just carry carry like a belt almost. And so I don't think he would go over the top with the whole king gimmick. It's just that's just kind of a stepping stone to get him into the world title picture. Which now, with him and Cody being on separate shows, I hate to do Damon like this, but yeah, Damon about to drop that title.
Yeah, you got to. You have
He
to.
He dropping it at SummerSlam.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Because Drew will not win because Punk gonna get into that. So we already know that's a SummerSlam match. Punk McIntyre. That's automatic.
Yeah, because we forget there is a match in between that time where Drew McIntyre will take on Damian Priest for the title. But yeah, I could definitely see CM Punk interfering. And what's gonna really be messed up is because that's in Drew's hometown too, back in
I love it.
So it's gonna be
here for the Scotland screw job. I'm here for it. And that's gonna make SummerSlam that much it's just gonna be at a boiling point, and hopefully CM Punk doesn't hurt himself.
We go.
So we talked about Nia. Now back to Nia. Bruh, is Lyra okay? Like that looked like that was.
Ooh, yeah.
And I was like, I was getting ready to throw the X up. Like,
I want to give her some props about Laria Valkyria, what her name. Give her some props because she legitimately looked like she was really trying to pull Nia over, like she was struggling to get over. And I think they practiced this spot. They didn't practice too many times because I can see how many times you take her falling on her like that. But to pull it all your might, you realize you can't get it, and you go to try to adjust, and that's when Nia falls on you. And shout out to
Nia slipped a little bit because that was a lot of force on that.
Yeah, but also the tribute to Yokozuna when she crossed her arms, because you remember when Yoko used to do the little banzai drop, he would cross his arm for the pin. That was a shout out to Yoko.
And he's Samoan too.
That's family. So yeah.
But the way she ran, the way she smushed that girl, she came down in just the right place. Cause it made me like, oh my goodness, I hope she didn't eat for a while before that happened. Cause oh my,
she went through all that shit right there in the ring.
Right. Yeah, she fell right on her stomach.
Dang.
But we'll see though.
Yeah. So man, shout out. Go ahead.
One last thing about Nia, and I get it, she is a heel, but we all know what she's been through. Cause see, I think I heard somebody talk about this, how all the other superstars that got released went off to do something else, went to another company, or wrestled in independence, and then came back. Now I didn't. I just stayed at the hell, but they'll call me when they need me. They'll call me, and so for that, going through that, and what she did to get back in there, and what I'm getting at, even though she's a heel, I did like Triple H hugging her. That whole emotional, had my eyes sweating a little bit too, So, but I like the eyes of people online was kind of criticizing a heel crying or a heel getting emotional in that situation, but I didn't
like the way she turned it around when she got the mic. She was like, she flipped it back and became heel just like that. I said that was freaking amazing.
Yeah, so like I said, taking the mic and basically saying, I know y'all ain't like this, and y'all really gonna hate me when I become women's champion. So yeah, I like it.
Yeah, no, that was cool, but it's all right for them to she been through a lot with the company and stuff like that, and then to come back and the road that we're possibly going to ended up her being the women's world champion on SmackDown. So, man, shout out to it. I'm here for a good heel, and Nia does that. She checks every box when it comes to that. So, here's to seeing what the WWE is going to have in store for the next 3 months, because it could be a whirlwind. To segue back into our boy King and General Gunther, that was a good match. Randy Orton, I said that earlier. I thought it was going to be something with the pendant, when he pinned him and his shoulder being up. I was like, it's going to be some stuff with that. But they went on ahead and came out and squashed it.
Yeah, so I actually think I know Triple H said something about having a rematch. I don't know if they're gonna do that on Raw next week or what, but I guess it would. Well, see, here's the thing: Randy Orton's on SmackDown, so unless you make that one exception to bring
you can't run it back.
Okay, yeah, not on a regular show. Maybe. Now,
I think they're gonna do it. I think they're gonna do it over there, because he said Randy gonna take a couple weeks to get himself back together, and then they're gonna make the match. So I think it'll probably be over there.
So and I got to check the dates. So you got the one in Scotland, that's Clash at the Castle or whatever, but you also have something in Berlin, which I think that's the one that's like
Bash in Berlin.
And I think that's more of Gunther's territory in Germany. So I think so. Maybe it can go. Maybe it'll be there depending on how long Randy stays out.
Yeah, let me see the next week, because like I said, I wanted to try to do,
because they ran like these international shows. They ran these things
back to back.
Well, almost in the same month of a major pay-per-view.
So this is what we're doing. So we just completed King and Queen of the Ring. NXT got Battleground coming up, and then it's Clash at the Castle. Money in the Bank is before SummerSlam.
Okay.
So that's going to be something that has to go on and stuff as well, because Money in the Bank is usually pretty decent, especially obviously, who's going to get the Money in the Bank, briefcase, who's the up and coming person that's going to get that. So, and then we got SummerSlam, and then Bash in Berlin is the next pay-per-view after SummerSlam.
Okay. Yeah. So 2 or 3 months. Yeah. Because SummerSlam is in August. So yeah, I can see that. Randy Orton taking a couple months off to kind of heal himself.
But then I'm like, what is that going to leave with the bloodline? Because now Kevin Owens is by himself. I don't know. Sami Zayn retains with some help from Otis by accident.
Yeah, we're gonna talk more about this on Raw, but I can't wait to Chad Gable and the Creed brothers beat the snot out of Otis, because it's coming. It's gonna happen.
It was a good match though, like Bronson Reed being in the midst of that whole feud and stuff like that. I like how they left Bronson out of it, and he just this lone wolf that's, look, I got my own quest to become champion, and I could care less about this soap opera that you guys got going on and stuff like that. It was a pretty cool match. Sammy got a huge pop over there like he always does when he go over there. But it was a good match. Thoughts on the match?
Yeah, I was kind of in and out of it. I don't know what I was doing at the time, and it's funny because when the end of the match, when all the drama was happening with Sammy and Gable and Otis outside the ring, I was like, "Where's Bronson Reed?" And he like disappeared from the screen for like 10 minutes. Seemed like, but then once I guess Otis accidentally clothesline Chad Gable, then you see Sammy go in the ring, do the kick on Bronson and get the pin. So that's all I saw of the match. I forgot what I was doing, but I missed most of it. But what was supposed to happen happened, and we move on. So
yep. So shout out to Sammy still doing his thing with that, and let's kind of see where that continues to go. How long y'all think his reign will be?
I honestly think Gable will win and take it from him. Probably on a Raw or something. It'll be something simple.
Yeah, that's the question. I think Gable will eventually get it. The question is it a big enough match to put on a PLE? Like Sig said, as opposed to a Monday Night Raw. But when that happens, I think that's when you will see the full heel turn for Gable with probably other people. People wanted to be. I wanted to be the Creed brothers. We don't know if that's gonna happen yet, but there's a lot of. Again, we'll get to this when it comes to the whole soap opera with them. We talked about last night's Raw, but the way he's been treating Maxine and the way he's been treating Tozawa, yeah, they got to get their come ups too, and maybe that's what it is. Maybe they get to a point where they're sick of him so much that they attack Gable, and then the Creed brothers come to help Gable. Maybe that's how it works out. But so back to your question, I don't think Sami Zayn's title reign is going to be long. I'll say if not before then, by SummerSlam, we're gonna have a new champion.
Okay. The women's tag championship, that was an impromptu tag match that formed from SmackDown the night before.
Yeah.
And of course
they put it on the kickoff show, which some people didn't like, but at the end of the day, it's the impromptu. People wasn't expecting it, so it doesn't matter if it came on the pre-show or the actual show itself.
Yeah, and our girls won, and that's just pretty much it.
Well, I would say this: I like the fact that they're incorporating tag team maneuvers and moves together. That little spot they did where Jay dropped the girl onto, now Bianca's on the ground with her feet up, dropped her feet, and Bianca kicked her up and almost into a suplex. I actually like that move, so yeah.
It was a finisher. Yeah, it was that was a finisher, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was. But I'm glad they're using a tag team finisher to finish matches as opposed to them individually doing their own moves. So.
Yeah, no, that makes the tag team thing look a little bit better instead of you. I'm gonna use my move this week, and you gonna use your move this week, or hey, you might get a small package to win one day. Who knows? So they retain their belts, and then last but not least, Cody retains in a pretty decent match with Logan Paul. What do you guys think about that one?
I've said it before. Logan Paul, if he wasn't such an asshole, I think I would like him a lot better. But I cannot knock his athleticism, his athletic ability in that ring and able to pick up on those things. The spot where everybody's talking about is when he leapfrogged from the top rope to the table. It's the same spot he did on Roman Reigns. The difference is he used his cell phone almost like a selfie. They had a drone shot this time.
Yeah, that drone shot was sick. That drone shot was sick.
Yeah.
That drone shot was sick. They did that and stuff like that. So hey, and it was a good, like you said. Like I can't really go back and just like see like, okay, this was bad and stuff like that. Like all of his matches and stuff like that, it may have been a spot or two, maybe, where you just like, I need to work on that. But the kid is gifted, man, and he put everything into what he's doing, and he put on the actual show. It could have been like if we went so deep into it, we could be like, hey, he actually might win this. But obviously we knew that wasn't gonna happen.
I could see that guy, if he actually went into this full time, I could see him being a world champion. I really could. Because the boy is good. He is probably better than a lot of wrestlers that are full time. So, and for him to have all of these big matches with class act wrestlers, man, you got to give it to him. The boy just cold, man. You don't have to like him, but you got to respect his art.
That's right. You got to respect it, and he's put in time to get better and be where he is, holding that belt. So shout out to Logan Paul, man. Like you said, he's kind of cringy in some of the things he do, but not in that ring when it comes to, doing the moves and doing what he's supposed to be, where he's supposed to be, and do what he's supposed to do. So, yeah, pretty dope. All right, so that concludes, man, our WWE King and Queen in the Ring recap, which I thought was decent, PLE, whatnot, and I give them give kudos for them to go ahead and let Becky drop their belt to Liv and stuff like that. That was my highlight of the that pay-per-view. So shout out to that. All right, so now the following, just a weekend of wrestling, man.
Yeah, that same. Well, the next day, that Sunday is
AEW Double or Nothing. And so we want to give the recap to that, because you know what, OG, guess what? I actually watched more than 50% of that pay-per-view.
Oh wow! Because I was just about to say, I've talked a lot so far in the podcast. Probably not gonna talk much during this segment because I didn't watch it. I've seen highlights and I've seen clips.
But, I'm gonna go on my own commercial break while Ricky and OG talk about this.
I'm gonna be on mute for a nice little minute here. So,
hey man, I keep telling folks, man, if you want some good old fashioned wrestling, you cut it on AEW. And they will not disappoint. I don't care how trashy the storylines can be. I don't care how they might miss different little stuff and how they interviews are. But when them jokers get in the ring, man, you gonna sit and watch these matches all the way through, and you gonna be intrigued by it. Man, I'm waiting on Ricky to go ahead and start this thing out, because I'm ready. I'm itching for this one. Go ahead, Ricky.
So I went on ahead and pulled out some. We're not going to go into it because a lot of this stuff was I missed most of it, and a lot of it was pretty, but I missed most of it. Like I said, I'm just going to start off with what I know.
Watch it.
Hey, what? I'm just saying. I'm giving it props.
Yeah. Come on, man.
I'm giving it props. So, looks like Adam Cole came back. I think that was his first appearance in a while, and he came out there. I did notice he still ain't 100% to me. He was still limping and stuff. I watched, believe it or not. The only time that I did watch AEW, I saw when he injured himself coming down to the ring, and that looked very bad because he stepped over the side. I guess he was trying to run. He stepped over the side of the ramp, but he thought that he cleared it a little bit, but he actually didn't. He rode that foot. He broke that foot. Really?
But it was so long ago, because it's funny because he was running down to the ring to help out MJF.
Yeah.
And instead of just running, he decided to jump down the ramp to get down to the lower level, and that's when he messed it up, jumping down to the ramp. If he just stayed on the over ramp to the ring, he'd have been fine. So that's why people were like, and at first people didn't think he was really hurt. He was just, he thought it was a work. But yeah, he really was hurt, and yeah, he's been dealing with that for a minute.
Yeah, I saw that live watching it, and that was not what's supposed to happen. So he actually came back, still gimpy, came out, cut a little bit of the promo if I'm not mistaken, but then MJF came out and pretty much laid a pipe bomb and just basically gave up, like, we're not doing none of this friend BS anymore. We're not doing this. No, we back on our evil shit pretty much. And announced that he's not going anywhere. He's going to be with AEW. He betting on himself, and he all in with them. So I don't know what the contract situation with that. I guess that's over. He got a little tattoo on his leg. I don't know how real that is or not, but that was a pretty hype spot.
That real quick.
Hold up, man! It looked like a little old middle schooler drew that AEW sign on his leg.
So here's the thing, and don't put it past it, how strategically that tattoo is on his lower leg that can easily be covered up by his wrestling boot. Like, you're never gonna see that tattoo again. So even if he goes to WWE, the tattoo can be covered up by one of his boots. And they say the way it's set up and where AEW is, you can easily fill that in and just see the poker chip, and it says bet on yourself. It has the same meaning just without AEW on it. So
that's right. So I don't know how long with it, because people still talking about that MJF is going to possibly go over to WWE at some point in time. So I don't know. Go ahead, OG.
And see, this is one of the things I was talking about how AEW made get talked about or stuff don't make sense. It made no sense why Adam Cole made his way to the ring at that particular time. That's my point. Why? What your boy lost. So why are you coming to the ring? Never mind. But that's what I'm talking about. So, but the promo was outstanding. The boy can talk. If he can't do nothing else, that boy can run his mouth. And I love the thing that he said, New Japan and Vince McMahon. I like that. That was cool. I said, go ahead, MJ. Go ahead, MJ.
But no, but Vince McMahon is not. But we get what he's saying though. But they didn't say anybody else. But he said Vince McMahon, and he didn't sold his shares, and he don't have anything to do with that. But everybody tied the two together, so we got it. So MJF and Adam Cole are back. All right, so you ain't gonna like me with this one, OG. Hey, you might be with me, but I don't know. But Mercedes Moné just had to win the belt, did it? She just had to come in and take a belt from somebody who didn't even have it that long. And I ain't watching long enough to know that she didn't have it that long.
You are absolutely correct, and I know Quilly has plenty to say about that because that's his girl who belt got snatched away from her. And I wonder if Mercedes Moné had this in her contract that she had to win the title her first go round, because that was some bullshit.
The first go around, but not like, okay, we can make this a disqualification, or something like that. The first time you step foot in the ring, you win the TBS championship belt. And like I said, I didn't watch Willow win it, but I just know that she just got it. And now the whole clique that was, I guess, what was her name? I forgot her name.
Statlander.
Yeah, Chris Statlander.
That was what I was about to say. I don't have an issue with her losing the belt because I kind of knew the way Mercedes Moné, Sasha Banks, the way she came into AEW. There was rumors about her signing this big contract, about all this money, calling herself the CEO. I knew she was gonna win. I have more of a problem with Chris Statlander turning on. Are you looking at Sexy Red? Turning on Willow Nightingale.
Yeah, that's the I just seen Sexy Red face.
That's the face.
That is. Now, come on. What you got to say? Come off mute. Say it. Nope. Can't say it over there.
She look like a transvestite.
Oh my God. Go back on mute. But look, man, like she look, oh my God, bro. She look a hot mess, bro. HAWTMESS. Like, she even did she did a song with Drake that was released last week, and that was it was terrible. Anyway, I think Sig went to go throw up. So yeah, Mercedes just ended up taking the belt from Willow the first time they get. So maybe they're running back. We don't know. I don't know if they do a whole lot of running back matches in AEW or whatever. They just probably move on to the next person. I'm interested in seeing who's going to be Mercedes' new next opponent for that belt. So welcome, Mercedes. Congratulations, I guess. Yeah. But a lot of people have been putting some backlash behind it, man. They are just not. I don't think they're feeling that. And whatnot.
I want to apologize to all the Sexy Red fans out there.
The name don't do her no.
As some people have referred to her online as Booty Hole Brown.
Now, I could have seen her name at Dirty Red, but
Dirty Red. Doo-doo Brown is better. Shout out Doo-doo Brown.
How about call her Sexy Roderick? That would have been good.
No, that ain't called. No, because that's offending all the Rodricks out there. That's pretty handsome. She just got a beautiful spirit. That's about it. And she just, she precious.
As my grandma used to say, that's a fine baby.
Gosh, man, I'm over my eyes. Every time I close my eyes, I see her coming down the ring at NXT, and it just hurts my feelings. Adam Copeland seemed to hurt himself in his win over Malachi Black.
He did.
He did. Like,
it came out later today. Yeah, he has a torn labrum, whatever that is.
No, it's torn. He broke his fibula.
I honestly, I looked at it a couple of times. It looked like he wanted to do something else, and midway in the air, he couldn't do it, and so he just failed. And because I'm not sure if he wanted to do a body splash or elbow, but his body in mid-air, it wasn't going.
I would have took my chances with the splash, bro, because you almost psycho see at your foot when he did that. Like, he landed, but he ended up still breaking it. I mean, that's a big man. Like, you coming from the top of the cage like that, that's a lot of weight. Like he said in his Twitter thing, I'm 50 years old, and my mind doing stuff in my body be like, hold up, you know what I'm saying? And his body spoke back to his dad, and he broke that tibia, and he's going to be out. So now
that boy not Sting, man. He think he's Sting. He not Sting.
But see, they're gonna take care of Sting except for Seth Rollins. Everybody gonna take care of Sting.
We've all had that moments in our, like, especially with former athletes, that we get to that point at an age that we realize we can't do what we used to do. And this is one example that where your mind thinks you can do something, but your body was like, hold up, you are 50 plus, you are, so.
No, I did that. I was in my 30s though. I may have been. I don't know. I think I may have been like 35 or something. I'm not sure, but I caught myself trying to race one of my friend's daughters one time because she was talking trash. I didn't stretch or nothing. I was like, bet. You know what I'm saying? It was just bet. And so, we did it, and spread it out a little distance. Like, all right, we're going to sprint to here. I didn't stretch. I was just talking. And I promise you, man, I feel like somebody shot me in my hamstring. Both of them. Pow, pow.
Pulled the hamstring.
I felt it. And I was just like, oh, God, like, and of course I ain't tell my wife because, that's going to be, you know how that conversation goes. You need to sit your old head down, so, but yeah, no, this is a case of, your body telling you they don't do that shit no more. And we may lose edge for a while. So now, what are we going to do with the belt that he has? So go ahead, Asid.
Go ahead and just, have a little quick tournament for it on Dynamite and let Malachi win the belt. Give him something. He needs something on him because the little trios type they had before. Give that boy something because he a good worker.
Yeah, and there was some rumblings that he'll be coming, that he would have came back.
So there's rumors about his contract expiring. So
I'm interested and say, hey man. Real husband, Buddy Murphy, that nigga big.
Oh yeah,
dude, like jailhouse swole. Like, I was looking at, I haven't seen him in a while. So when he came down to the ring during the match, man, Buddy huge.
Yeah, he was already kind of building up those muscles in WWE before he left.
He had muscles, but he was smaller with it. It was more, it seemed like he was a little bit more lean back when he was with Seth Rollins doing his thing. But now he looked like a damn club bouncer.
That boy been shooting up, boy, since he been in AEW.
I hope not. I hope that ain't it. But man, dude swole though. So
him and Rhea kicking it. Did y'all see that picture floating around?
Yeah, we saw it.
Look, that man forearm like this.
Came down like swole, but I saw his picture. He was living his best life, literally. He making all the haters pissed with that. But
before we move on from that match, shout out to Gangrel, old ass popping up.
Yeah, Gangrel Gangrel popped up, man. I got a little net.
Now I missed that. Where did Gangrel come from, and where was it?
He came out from the you know, like I said, whatchamacallit came out, man. This got a little net and everything in here. He came out when Buddy Murphy, well, not Buddy, whatever his name is there. He came out with the other guy, came out. They act like they was trying to turn on Malachi, but they ended up kicking Edge at it. And so when they got in the ring, they're finna get ready to do his thing, and then the lights went out. The hole opened up diagonal from where they were, and Gangrel came out
like the Undertaker come from up under the ring.
came from out the ring toward our ring. But then after he came out, he did his impaler DDTs and stuff to help him, and then somebody speared him. Gotcha. Yeah, this has been brought to you by these quick hands. Sorry, I mean, I'm just saying, man. I still got these quick hands, man. Got me messed up over here. Buzzing in my microphone.
The hamstrings don't work, but them hands quick.
Them hands, bro. I got them hands. But anyway, so he came out, did his impaler DDTs or whatever, and then Malachi hit him with the black mass or whatever. But when he fell, they had already patched the hole up, bro. They put the board
back
in the spot or whatever. That was so random to me. I was like, leave the hole, like, you know, he's not gonna fall in it. Just leave the hole there. But whatever, that did it for safety. So that's when he came out. Edge ended up getting the win. They celebrated and stuff like that. So that's how it came. That's how it happened. Swerve retained.
I think I was on a pee break at that time. Too much beer.
Yeah, you're gonna have to have one with that big semi truck size pint of beer you had over there. You're gonna be you're gonna have to take one in a minute. We're gonna see your camera go out just like Hughes just did. Swerve retained, and I was happy about that because it was rumbling that he might drop the title, and he just got it. And I was gonna be pissed. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man, let the man work. You can't just be like, okay, we're gonna listen to these bonehead fans out here in these blogs and go ahead and just pull it from him or whatever. Dude can work, you know. So I'm a Swerve fan. It was a good match though. Did you get a chance to see that, or were you still in the bathroom?
Now Christian is probably top 3 underrated workers in the business. You can put that man up against anybody, he gonna make him look good. And then had the attitude to match it, man, outstanding. And that little Nick Wayne boy, I like that boy. I like him. I like his character. He reminds me of Dom.
Yeah.
As far as the way they setting him up, the heat, his actions, I love it. And then they throw the mama in there, give her a little money. I love it.
Yeah, they threw her in there recently. She joined over. I guess she helped screw Edge over one time, and that's how she came over to that side of things. So, it was a good match. Just like you said, he is a good worker. Christian is a good worker, and they had a pretty good match, and I was glad that Swerve was able to pick up the win. I was about to say, man, I was like, man, they let him drop. We riding. So, the last thing I'm gonna tell you, we can move on to. Still got a couple of things that we want to talk about. That Anarchy in the arena match was ridiculous, bro. That was I've never seen one. It looks like they had this before, because I was watching a live little podcast, like a little live that one of the people on there, the girl named Minnie Portable or whatever that I follow, she was watching it, and I was commenting on it. It looks like they've done this before, but it looks like everybody's fighting in different parts of the arena, you know, and it was crazy. Like, they were playing music and stuff. I thought it was like a mess, like it was a mess up of the audio, and the music people back there just left the music on. And so they just started playing different people's songs throughout the match until they got to what was that they got? The final countdown.
Yeah, they did this last year too, and I heard when they did it last year, or whatever year they first started doing it, it was a tribute to New Jack. You remember back in ECW when New Jack?
That's what I put in the comments. I was
his matches, the music kept playing the whole time he was wrestling. So.
Yeah, okay, so that's why they were doing that, because I was saying, I put in the comments, I was like, man, this some New Jack, go ahead and play Natural Born Killers and let that jump play then, since we're doing that. But they played Final Countdown, which was pretty dope. And
then I heard Dave, when one song was playing, then Dave Bryan said, turn that shit off, and that's when they started playing the other music.
He was like, turn that shit off. And then at the end, I think one of the Young Bucks got the microphone. It was like, hey, cut this off. We're going to be charged $200,000 for playing this shit. We on a budget. I was like,
you know what's crazy? This was probably the craziest Anarchy match that they've had, gimmick-wise. Like the exploding chairs and all that old crazy.
The exploding chair part. Dude, was that after dude got set on fire?
Yeah.
I missed that.
They have never went that insane. They even had it at the football stadium, Jacksonville Stadium, and they never got this crazy. It's like they went ham on this one. I feel like, man.
That Jackson, I think it was Jacksonville part you were just referring to, where Hangman Page came out there in the horse, like in the middle of the field, riding out there in the horse.
I just saw that. I just saw a clip of that on Instagram before we went live, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" Because Matt Hardy was in it, Kenny Omega, all them folks was all in it, and they started off on one end of the end zone, and they just ran like you would do, like they did on like Civil War, on Captain America and stuff, and they just started, and it was crazy. So I've never seen that before, but the craziest spots. The part where Jack Perry was supposed to have ran over Darby Allin outside. So basically Darby Allin's supposed to be dead at this point, but he's doing this whole, like, I think Darby Allin is Cactus Jack and Terry Funk's nephew or something, like, because this dude is crazy.
I will say this again, I'm only going by clips that I saw on Twitter and YouTube. The spot with Jack Perry getting set on fire, I like the way they did it, because again there was a scene where he fell into like some water. We thought it was water, but it was more the gel that's supposed to protect you from fire. So that's why if you notice, and I saw a still shot at first, I'm like, why he looked so greasy? Not even that wet, he just looked greasy because of the gel, and the gel protected him from when Darby.
And then they said, well, I'm glad it didn't roll all the way up, because he set them feet on fire and them legs, and was moving around. And you see, everybody was already around the spot for this spot. They had talked about this.
Oh yeah,
and it worked to a T. But Young Buck ended up spraying them off, and then spraying Darby to get them off of them and stuff like that. That was the craziest.
Yeah, they had them fire extinguishers ready, because But then they were clowning Tony Khan, because Tony Jack Perry had dragged Tony out there.
He was in the back in what they call it, the gorilla room or whatever. Yeah. He was dragging him. He was back there. They drug him out. I was like, what the?
He got set on fire. Tony vamped. They said Tony rolled all the way down the ramp. He didn't just slide out the way. He rolled all the way down to the end of the ramp when Jack Perry got set on fire.
I ain't trying to feel
nowhere near.
Ain't nobody finna mess this up for me. So that was a crazy match, man. And it was interesting though, because usually when you have matches like that where it's crazy, your faces win and stuff like that. But now the Elite took that one. And another spot, man. Damn, Darby Allin again, man, being hung up in the ring, taking the super kicks to the face with spike Reeboks. And he hung there for at least 4 or 5 more minutes, upside down. Like, and then the people started chanting, "Please help Darby." Like, he was just in there, just hanging upside down, man. It was ridiculous. Wow. But for my first AEW pay-per-view that I spent at least an hour and a half watching, because hell, it was 19 hours. But I caught the last.
What? Hey man, you gonna fall up off of them, man. Follow up off of, man. Yeah, okay, the show was, man, 6 hours. So what?
Bro, the show was longer than Roots. It was.
Hey man, we went to Collision, right? And we was there so long, we looking at each other like, I'm really ready to go, but I done spent my little $100, so I'm really gonna sit here. Is this John over yet?
So for anyone who's never been to an AEW show, bring a lunch and prepare for safe for a long time. I ain't even talking about pay-per-views. So we sat on Collision, then they filmed like an episode of Ring of Honor. So Collision already 2 hours. Then they filmed an episode of Ring of Honor, and they did some more dark matches. And I think they filmed something else AEW related.
Yep, but, AEW After Dark, and then they ended up doing another set of Ring of Honor matches.
Right, and a lot of those were taped to be showed on, I guess, whenever they show Ring of Honor. We don't get that channel down here, yeah, you're gonna sit in, for a lot of wrestling, man, when you go to an AEW show.
Yep, but it was a good pay-per-view to me, you know what I'm saying? So that means that more than likely I'll be tuning in tomorrow, or to see what happens, just to see the fallout and see where they go with,
because I'm curious to see, because again, it's Dynamite. It was some point, I think it's changed now, that Double or Nothing was considered like AEW's WrestleMania. It's probably like their big show. Now I think the All In show they have in Wembley is kind of become that now, but this is one of their top pay-per-views. So I'm curious to see what the fallout is on Dynamite tomorrow.
So that concludes our take on AEW, guys, and it's going to bring us to yesterday's episode of Raw that we're going to kind of shoot through really quick, because I want to make sure I get to this debate of the day thing. That's going to be pretty dope as well. So real quick, Alpha Academy soap opera and stuff. Quickly, you wanted to say something. You said you wanted to save and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it enough. What I want to see when it comes to that. I have to. I don't know how they would do it, but I gotta see. Maxine Dupree got to slap Gable. Got to do something. She got to stop being scared and let this man talk bad to her and cuss her out and all that kind of stuff. We not gonna have a man versus woman match, but Maxine need one of them Stephanie McMahon smacks across Gable's face. I mean, at least when it ends, maybe toward the end. That's the official breakup, as that happens. Again, we get the Creed brothers involved, and unfortunately, when that does happen, we might not be seeing Otis and Tozawa much longer. But
thank you for saying it, because I want to remind you.
Hey, the Marty Jannetty.
Hey, the Marty Jannetty effect. This will be the first time we'll see it for 3 people all in one wrestling thing. That after it happened, out of all 3, Otis may have. I mean, no. Maxine been working, and they need more women talent and stuff like that. Send her down to NXT.
Yeah, because depending on that, it won't happen so long with the next draft coming around. But it would be dope if they got a trade or somehow get her. Yeah, you can put Maxine down in NXT. You can even send Tozawa down to NXT and maybe send Otis, somewhere else. If we can some kind of get a trade and maybe get him on SmackDown and let him see what a single run with him could be. If you remember, which is so crazy now, how things full circle. Remember when Otis debuted? He was part of a tag team with a guy named they were Heavy Machinery or whatever.
Heavy Machinery.
And the other guy ended up being the marginator of their tag team, because one solo kind of got with Mandy, and they ended up cutting dudes. So it's like, I don't remember dude's name, but I think it was like Tucker or something. But
yeah, it was Tucker.
Yeah. So it's crazy that he could end up being with a new tag team. Otis can end up being the marginator of the tag team. We'll see him. Right. I see him as a solo guy. On SmackDown. I think they could definitely use him over there.
I mean, but Otis can stay as long as Tozawa has been there forever too.
Right, so I mean, that's why I said go to NXT. They don't necessarily have to release him, but
he can let him come up. Go back and forth if they want to. Cold-blooded Anthony Edwards. Looks like Dallas is going to drop this game. I've been looking over at it's 102.97 right now. Minnesota. Anthony Edwards just hit a nice J to put them at 102.97 with 38 seconds left. see if we can get some.
Speaking of that, and only because I heard this on the local Memphis radio station. How bad do you feel about Marcus Smart? He leaves the team to come to the Grizzlies, and now the Celtics may mess around and win a championship without him.
So Celtics traded him.
True. Yeah, I mean that is true. It's not like he wanted to leave. They traded him.
Like now Grant Williams is the one that's the dumbass because he got traded from both of the teams that could possibly be in the finals with
he was with
Boston
Dallas.
and with Dallas, and he signed a deal with Dallas.
Well, it looked like Dallas has lost this one. 102-97.
They were up 3-0.
Yep. So unless Luka gonna come up with a rabbit out of his hat, like Boston did a couple nights ago, this John is a wrap.
Oh wow.
No, I mean we've seen strange things that happen, but I don't think that it depends on what this possession right here that comes up because 102-97, you get you a 3. All you got to do is just play D at this point. All you do is play D and let it because you got 30 seconds. Yeah. So I mean, even if you get a quick 2, you still play it out because then you will still be down only 1 possession at the time. But if you miss, this a wrap. If you miss, this a wrap right here. So see, we got Kyrie got the ball.
And he turned the ball over.
And he turned the ball over. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that'll be it on that game. Minnesota will win. Minus if there's a crazy turnover here. Nope, there's a foul. So it'll be Mike Conley will probably make 1 or 2. Anyway, so the Alpha Academy stuff, I think that soap opera will continue and it may come to a head. And that's going to probably get Otis into a feud with Chad for a little bit and stuff as well. Maybe it'll make it intriguing if Sammy does, like you said, drop that belt to him and give Otis an opportunity to win a singles title, even though we know that's not going to happen. It could come down the line and stuff as well. But as soon as that comes, they are going to.
How about this? How about Sammy get Otis a title match and Otis end up winning the belt?
Yeah, that ain't going to happen.
And then Chad taking the belt from him. That's what I'm talking about.
Nah, that ain't going to happen.
They could have a 3-way match, triple threat.
If they treated Gable, if Gable was a different type of heel, you could set up where he gets Otis to beat Sammy, and then when Otis wins, he hands the belt to Gable. That's another storyline. But they probably, the way they're using Gable, they probably won't do it this way because he's more like a coach that's disappointed in this team. But that was another way to possibly do it. Have Otis beat Sammy and hand the belt over to Chad.
Yep. So we'll see how they continue to go. But yeah, Creeper, that stuff, it's only a matter of time, y'all. So because they end up getting pinned by AOP early in it. I didn't want to talk about that, but they might be tired of losing and stuff and willing to do whatever it takes to get to where they want to be and stuff like that. Luka just completed a 4. No, he did not complete a 4-point play.
Oh, we got to stop watching.
Yeah, no, he hit a 3 and was fouled, but he missed the free throw that would have brought them down to 2. Okay. But they just fouled Rudy Gobert, so he's not the best free throw shooter. So we'll see how they go. Hill Xavier Woods, possibly anybody for that? Because he was teaming.
All day. Every day.
I don't know what to take on that. That's one potential storyline that I literally like. Just wait and see. Let them cook. Let them see because I don't know what the plan is. Because in the same token, him talking to Xavier Woods, Karrion Kross also talked to Kofi a couple weeks ago. So I don't know what his plan is. He trying to just drive a wedge in between them, or what a cause, or maybe because again, Karrion Kross has this effect on people. When he does interact with baby faces, they end up turning heels. So maybe you get a heel New Day with both of them, kind of,
I'm
tired of all the losing and stuff. Yeah,
I'm forward. I'm still trying to figure out why they haven't brought Big E back as a manager or something. They instead of utilizing him on the doggone pre-show.
I honestly, I don't know, but I would imagine he doesn't want to be a manager. If he's gonna come back, he wants to wrestle, and maybe that's the hold up. So,
and then that's another reason why I think that they'll probably. It's getting stale, and they probably don't have a good outlook on Big E, unless because it's Arian and the AOP, Big E get cleared. And now you got the New Day all over again. Maybe they setting up for that too, to bring him back, because that is 3-on-3. But they can't take Final Testament can't take another loss and stuff like that. I don't know if that. And we're already struggling. I like AOP. They're not giving them the run that they deserve. But
New Day can't take another hit either. They can't.
I think they can, because I think they can, but I don't know.
It depends on what their overall goal is. If you're trying to, I don't know, rebuild New Day to make them a legit tag team again, they can't lose again. But if you just use them for what you've been doing with them, they can take a loss and not be a problem.
Yeah, so I don't know. That was kind of intriguing with that. So Damian Priest getting it from everywhere. He dealing with King Gunther, Drew McIntyre, and then Braun Strowman showed up. Even though, granted, Braun Strowman is dealing with the rest of the henchmen and stuff like that, but they had to stare down and stuff like that. So I don't know. If that reign continues, maybe you got three opponents and stuff right there before SummerSlam. Maybe, I don't know. Two before SummerSlam.
You got to keep your Raw champion, in the spotlight. They just don't know what to go with right now as far as an opponent. So having multiple people come after him is, because we legitimately knew it was Cody Rhodes and Logan Paul at the last pay-per-view. Now we don't know what's next with Cody over SmackDown, but Damon hadn't really had a program since he won the title, like a legit challenger that he can feud with, a rival with, since he won the title. So we'll see where this goes.
Yeah, we'll see.
I think this goes with what we talked about either last week or a couple of weeks ago, how that title should be as prominent on a pay-per-view as the WWE title if you want to keep it relevant.
Right.
For them to not even put that on the show, come on.
Yeah,
it's one of the things. Now it's a little different now, because when Roman was Universal Champion, you didn't see him on TV. You didn't see that title a lot, so you had to show the Raw title a lot. Had to have it on every pay-per-view. Now that Cody's there, and Cody's working everything. Cody's working every show, every house show. He's on SmackDown, but it was a Raw taping. No, he was on SmackDown. Came to Memphis. He was on Raw at the time, but he had a dark match after SmackDown went out the air. When he was here in Memphis, so Cody wrestles everywhere and does everything. So.
But I don't think he's gonna be on that Clash at the Castle though. That's gonna be.
Yeah, I can see that. Now he may not have a match. Now he's gonna make an appearance. He's gonna sign some autographs maybe before the show, and they may show him mingling with the crowd during the show. But I can see that because of Drew and where he's in his hometown, home country, him being the main event.
Only to get screwed by CM Punk.
Yes.
You heard it here from the Four Horsemen. Speaking of Braun is still on the rampage. This whole thing with Judgment Day is getting weird by the day. And then I'm gonna go ahead and combine it with the possibility of us possibly seeing a new Judgment Day down the line. I'll go ahead and knock that one out as well. I think that this whole thing with JD, and it's getting he hasn't done anything. Like, I think they need to go ahead and squash all of this stuff, because if they're going to do a new Judgment Day, maybe Carlito does get in with Liv, running that thing and stuff like that. I don't know.
I don't know. I know we're talking about Judgment Day, but I don't understand what the plan is, because at one point Dom was trying to get Andrade in there. Now he's bringing Carlito in there. So unless Dom trying to create his own faction, maybe
And I'm trying to figure out how Braun even got mixed in with the Judgment Day and why he just out to get them all of a sudden, just from them couple of run-ins. I don't know, random.
Yeah, I think I brought this up when he first came back a couple weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, when I said I noticed something different, that Braun grew his hair out because he was bald the last time we saw him. So I was actually paying attention to it a lot last night. Okay, yeah, he does have hair. Now he's still missing some up here at the top, but he got a lot, hanging in the back.
You bald.
Right, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what the plan is for. I think the only reason Strowman is involved is because of Damian Priest and their title. So
go ahead.
Or maybe Braun would be a piece of the new Judgment Day.
Maybe. But side note, y'all check the group B chat. Somebody just posted a picture of it. Since she's been the subject of this whole podcast, it's been Sexy Red, so she posted a picture of Shawn Michaels. Look at the WrestleMania feed.
Oh my God, is this the Instagram?
Yeah.
Oh man.
So,
no, you ain't.
She's loving it. Her and Shawn Michaels. Look, they in the car together. It's like.
I'll look at that later. Okay.
Open and close with Sexy Red.
Yeah, I want that kind of confidence in life. Yeah. So we saw Ludwig Kaiser and Sheamus begin their program and stuff like that. I think that's going to be some good matches and stuff, and I think they're going to use Sheamus to kind of build up Ludwig Kaiser. I saw some again, like I said, I saw something where it was Kaiser and it was the other guy from the A-Town Down Under. I forgot his name already. Not Austin Theory.
Grayson Waller.
Grayson Waller were 2 people that they were supposed to be breakout stars in 2024. And don't look like Grayson Waller have done anything yet because they're in a tag team, but I think Ludwig Kaiser could do, he's good on the mic and he's pretty decent in the ring and stuff. So let's just see where they go. Y'all thoughts?
Well, anytime you break away, because I think he will eventually break away from Imperium as well. It's curious to see what they do with them. Now, what people may not know, now I say this every episode, I follow a lot of these people on Instagram and Twitter and stuff, so I see some of their personal life stuff. So Ludwig Kaiser is actually dating Tiffany Stratton in real life. So if you want to put them together as a heel couple on TV, I think that'd be almost similar to having a heel Bianca and Montez, which I'm waiting for. I really hope that will happen. But I can see them doing some things with them as a duo if that happens. But him by himself, we'll see what they trying to do for his solo run. Because you kicked your tag team partner out the group, so that's really just you, and Gunther's not going to be tagging with you, so you got to do your own thing, and this is a way for him to step up and see what he got.
And you still got they're not going to let Gio go out like this, so you still going to probably see a couple of matches between them 2 down the line and stuff to kind of prep him up or whatever. So we're going to end with this Raw thing with the kiss.
And what's crazy about it too, because I think 90% of the people did not see this happen because the feed. I didn't either. The feed cut off right as they were staring at each other in the ring, and you had to see it on social media afterwards. Which they may have did that on purpose, just to boost up their social media page and stuff. But
OG, what happened, bro?
I can already imagine. Yeah, the comments on the picture we just looked at in the group B. So,
man, hey, and I'm gonna tell y'all what's crazy. So we not even. I'm almost certain he was not even in our conversation when we were talking about this last week.
Yeah.
Read that. Just read it real quick. I won't even say nothing.
That man said, "I'll do it."
Uh-uh.
I'll do it to her, fresh out the shower with a negative STD test. It's something about her. No, bro. You suspended from the group, bro. Somebody put that in. He on timeout for 24 hours. Like, we're not doing that. I'm sorry. I don't care. I don't care. After a party, 3 a.m. and I got a hall pass, and she the only no. I'm sorry. That's just no. It's just certain things you just shouldn't do. It's just certain things.
And for those that watched last episode, I want to apologize to the city of Memphis for claiming her because she's not one of us. So I was corrected. I was corrected by that quickly by like family members and all kinds of stuff.
But the crazy part is, at least he wanted to be clean. He said with a negative STD test. So, and then somebody last week said she looked like a STD. So hey.
Some of that stuff is undetectable, so you can take a test all you want to. It's still gonna take a little bit. So you get food and go up in there, and then 3 weeks later, it's that's your fault. It's your fault. Nasty. One more thing, Becky taking a break, guys, because I saw like after her match, or what I heard was that she got contract offers from WWE and AEW on the table. So what's up?
Two things. And it's why people, when I say the wrestling community knows too much, they know too much. So they assumed Becky was going to win last night because literally that was the last night on her WWE contract. I don't care if she can be wrestling for free. She's not going anywhere. So just because they didn't have the paper signed on that day, it's going to get done and she'll be back. Now, she probably does need a little break. That's fine. Let her go. Again, she is still a mom and got responsibilities. So let her go off and take care of a kid. Seth is out too.
Let her and Seth go and take a vacation or something. Nice little trip, But yeah, I'm with you on that one. But they did bring up some stuff about the trademark and big time Bex and all that stuff, and I think that's just smoke and mirrors myself.
Yeah, I don't think she going anywhere for what? Like, she's gonna go over there and feud with Mercedes Moné, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like I think she has a better opportunity. Plus her husband is here. It's not gonna be too many people. You see Andrade came back to his wife as well. So I don't think it's gonna be anything, but I thought it was pretty interesting that's being floated out there. Because again, I didn't see the thank yous and all the other stuff, obviously, at the end of the match. And
they said thank you, baby.
Yeah, thank you, baby. All the other stuff. So,
you're talking about the wife thing. I want to emphasize because I want to say Malachi Black is in a very similar situation with his contract. His wife is over in WWE, so I will not be surprised.
His wife again?
He's married to Zelina Vega.
Well,
that's right.
Honestly, his wife can head on over where he is because she ain't doing nothing where she is. I'm just saying.
Man, get off Zelina, man.
They like Zelina. She'll be around.
I like me some Zelina.
But she gonna be around doing what?
I mean, she's doing something with the LWO.
Whatever. So hey, that's fine. Timeout on you. Give you timeout. All right. So that concludes our Raw recap and stuff like that. And we're gonna go to our last segment, guys, which is our Black Four Horsemen debate of the day. Brought to you by some of the fellas in our group and stuff, and we want to ask everybody. This is going to be different. This is going to be difficult for our podcast listeners, but I'm gonna make sure I read it out as much as I can here. You have 4 columns or rows. 4 rows. You got a technician row, you got a powerhouse row, you got an athleticism row, and you got a high fly row. Your job out of each one of those rows is to pick one wrestler on each row to form your team. All right. So on our technician row, we have Kurt Angle, we have Pete Dunne, Samoa Joe, and Daniel Bryan Danielson, or Daniel Bryan. All right. So in our powerhouse row, we got Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, Drew McIntyre, and Bobby Lashley. that's gonna be. Anyway, I don't know about tough. One of the people just not picking. Athleticism. Seth Rollins, Johnny Gargano, AJ Styles, and Ilya Dragunov. And then for the high flyers, we got look like Doink, Rey Mysterio, but Rey Mysterio, Ali, Ricochet, and Jeff Hardy. All right. So from each one of these gentlemen, and I'll let OG go first. Which one? Who you rolling with on each one of these? Let's see if I can bring it back up.
All right. So for my technician, I said Kurt Angle. Because, man, it's Kurt. So my powerhouse, I say Brock Lesnar. Gotta give it to Brock. Because Brock is not only a powerhouse, but he can be a technician as well. And the guy is athletic as fuck. Alright. For my athleticism, my main man AJ. Gotta give it to AJ. Even though AJ really ain't athletic like that. You know what I'm saying? I got a soft spot for AJ.
TNA AJ.
Yeah, I just got a soft spot for him. And high flyers, man, without question, Ricochet. That's my team.
All right, I can dig that. Q.
We have some similar answers, but just be different. We have similar answers for high flyer, but just to be different, I'm gonna start at the top. So from a technician standpoint, I like Bryan Danielson, simply because of the technical wrestling skills, but also able to get you in multiple holes and coming out of multiple positions to get you, to bend to his will, if you say, which is what a true technical wrestler can do. I'd say bend to your will. So I ain't say okay. Pause. A powerhouse. I do like the Brock pick, but to be different, I'm gonna go Bobby Lashley for my powerhouse. Athleticism, I'm going with Ilya Dragunov. Now, my only issue with Dragunov, I think he's almost similar to Dolph Ziggler. He sells too much. Like every move feel like it hurts him, and it probably does. But I don't need to see that on your face because he's like.
Did you see him sell all the way in the back, going down the hall, bro?
Yeah, right.
He was limping and all this stuff back then. That was crazy.
And it was. I saw a meme where somebody put, when you finally try Taco Bell after you told yourself you was gonna stop eating it, because it looked like he had to go to the bathroom. So I'm gonna go with Ilya Dragunov on that one. And again, to be different, I do like Ricochet as a high flyer, but to be different, I'm gonna go with Rey Mysterio as my high flyer. Okay,
I got you. I'm not gonna be different because I am gonna be different on one because nobody said this one. So on my athleticism. So I'm with you on Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan. I'm with you on that. My powerhouse is going to be Brock Lesnar. And let's see, athleticism is going to be Seth freaking Rollins. Seth got it, bro. Like he can do different things. He does parkour, if I'm not mistaken. So all of his moves where he able to jump off and roll through it and stuff like that. I'm going with Seth freaking Rollins on that. And then my high flyer, I just felt like that was a no-brainer. Ricochet has been doing the thing for a long time. I haven't seen too much of Mustafa Ali as much. I ain't watching him in TNA because I thought he had a strap over there. Rey Mysterio, Young Ray, and stuff like that, doing some of the stuff that he was doing back in WCW and in the earlier years of WWE and stuff like that. Can't put that past him. But Ricochet got a bag full. He got a bag full, and he can put on the show. And speaking of Ricochet, Will Ospreay had something to say about Ricochet and how he's not being properly used in WWE. And Ricochet contract is coming up. It's like everybody damn contract is coming up. So, there are people in, Ricochet ear to, like you said, and bet on itself and come over to AEW, which I still think that's not going to be the answer, because you can go over there and put on a show and stuff like that to be seen and stuff, but are you going to get you a belt? Are you going to be you know what I'm saying? So I don't know how that's going to work, but those are my four. And I think I got a pretty good squad. Go ahead, OG, you ready? What's up? Okay, cool. But look, I think that's it, man. We rolled through again. Less than 2 hours. I'm always trying to be less than 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half or whatever for you, as much as we can. But you know how we are. We get kind of random and stuff when we talking and stuff. So I do apologize that our homie Joe didn't get back from the Oregon Trail in time. At that part, you go and you get sick or something like that, or somebody hurt their ankle or something. I think that was the part of the game where Joe was at, so he wasn't able to join us, but that's all right. We held it down for him today. We had some fun like we always do, bringing our expertise to you guys, bringing our questions and all that good stuff. So look, don't forget to like, share, subscribe on YouTube, and follow us on Facebook and Instagram as we put stuff out there, questions and comments and stuff out there as well for you guys to jump into. All right, but that's it, man. We appreciate you guys rocking with us for another week, and until then, we see you guys next week, man. 4 Horsemen, we out this thing.